All right, welcome back to Top 5 Vinyl, where we show love to vinyl owners. Today I have Ryan. How's it going, Ryan?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. And before we get started, I want to make sure everybody hits that subscribe button, hit the like on the video. And if you want to, be a part of the series episode, send an email to top5vinyl@gmail.com. I just had to get all that cool YouTube stuff out the way. Make sure to like and subscribe. All right, so Ryan, let me ask you, um, growing up, was there a record player in the house?
I vaguely remember when I was little, my grandparents having one of those giant pieces of furniture that had a record player hidden inside.
Right.
I don't remember them ever playing any records on it, but I remember it being there.
It was a fixture in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So because there was not one in your house, how did you get involved in collecting and listening to vinyl?
Originally, it started, I just happened to be at a thrift store or some kind of little antique store or whatnot. And there was a couple Kiss albums there for a few bucks a piece. And I was a huge Kiss fan. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'm going to go ahead and pick these up, even though I don't have anything to play them on.
Mm-hmm.
And then Walmart started selling those little crappy suitcase record player.
Right.
So I picked that up and then a handful more records from like Goodwill and stuff. And then it's just kind of snowballed from there.
Okay. Now, do you have like a favorite place to buy records from?
There's a local record store I go to that's Blockhead Records that's in Richmond.
Okay.
And then usually Goodwill.
Okay.
I like the hunting for them.
Okay. In one of your trips, what would you say is like the most amount of vinyl that you walked out with?
Uh, Probably about five.
Okay. Okay. That's a nice size. Um, how hard was it for you to narrow down the five you're going to show us today?
Oh God, it was horrible. I asked my wife for help. I asked for my kids for help,
Right.
and to make things worse, I technically have two for part or for number five because my kids couldn't agree on which one of their favorite albums should be number five. So
Okay.
I just stuck them both in at number five. So I'm
Okay.
sorry for that.
No, we'll allow that. You get a pass. Um, and of your five, have you seen any of them live before?
No,
Mm,
no.
okay. Is that because the artist is no longer with us, or you just haven't had the opportunity?
It's because either the artists are no longer with us, and a couple of them are soundtracks.
Ah, okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. All right. Well, this is top five vinyl, and we want you to show us your number five. What is the fifth album that you have in front of you today?
Okay, so part one for number five is the Rocky Horror Picture
Mm,
soundtrack.
okay.
That's my daughter's favorite album because she's obsessed with the song "The Time Warp."
Hmm.
She likes when I put it on. Her and her baby sister will stand in the dining room and dance to it and have little dance parties.
Okay. A fan of the movie also?
I'm a huge fan of the movie. Kids haven't seen it yet for obvious reasons.
Right. Okay. And that was a see-through case, or was there anything on the back of
Oh
that, or?
yeah, it's just a clear sleeve. It's the
Okay.
because it's the picture disc.
Gotcha. Okay. That's pretty cool. Okay.
Part two for number five is Hypo Negative's Bloody Kisses.
Hmm. Nice.
Uh, my son loves the song Black Number One by them.
Hmm.
Not sure exactly. Come here. Not exactly sure how he got hooked on it, but
Hmm.
uh, I'm sure it's because I played it in the car at one time, and it's just merged into his favorite song.
Gotcha.
So whenever I'm spinning records, I at least have to spin the Time Warp and Black Number One before I can actually listen to anything I want to listen to because they'll just bug me nonstop if I don't.
Right. Gotcha. All right, cool. So that was your split number five. Let's
Yep.
go ahead and take a look at your number four.
All right. Number four made the list because it's a record that was pressed in my hometown.
Hmm.
I'm not really familiar with the band. It just I enjoy the record. I haven't looked more into them, but it's a test printing.
Hmm. Okay.
It's King Crimson's "In the Wake of Poseidon."
Hmm.
So I thought that was neat because it's not in a it's one of the ones when they first press the records, they press a handful of demo records to make sure it sounds good before they finalize it. And somehow that one snuck its way out of the factory, and then I've
Hmm,
ended up with it.
that's pretty cool. And what year do you think that was? Is there a year on there, or what year do you think that album?
No, no, I'd have to Google it. If I had to guess, I'd say it's a. I know they're a European progressive rock band, so I'd have to say late '70s, early '80s would be my
Okay,
guess.
okay, that's a pretty cool find. Okay, all right, so that's your number four. Let's
Yep.
take a look at your number three.
All right. Number three is my Hellraiser 2 soundtrack that I
Hmm,
got autographed by Doug Bradley
nice,
at a
nice.
horror movie convention.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, if I can get this pulled out here, a really
Mm.
cool looking red record.
Looks like blood splatter.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Okay. Any artwork on the back of that packaging?
What? I'm sorry, what's that?
Oh, this is see, I didn't realize. I was asking, was there any artwork on the back of the
Oh, yeah, there's a little
okay. Nice.
it's the
Okay.
little Lamrick configuration cube from the Hellraiser movies.
Where was the autograph signed at? You said at a convention? Where was this at?
Yeah, it was Scarefest in Kentucky.
Okay. Cool. All right. So that was your number three.
Yep.
Let's take a look at your number two.
All right, number two is a little controversial. I get a lot of hate for owning this record,
Okay.
but I couldn't pass up when I saw it on Facebook Marketplace just
Mm.
to have it as a good conversation piece.
Okay.
And that's the Charles Manson record.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's not very good to listen to,
Mm.
but it was $60 and I was like, when am I ever going to see that again?
Right. Okay. All right. So that's your number two. Let's go ahead and take a look at your number one. Grand
All right, the
finale.
number one is probably the I consider probably the best soundtrack that any movie's ever had,
Mm.
and that is the Queen of the Damned soundtrack.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I
And then
remember. Yeah.
it's got this kind of off clear green
Mm.
pressing,
Mm.
and then the backside to the second half of the disc. I don't know how well it's going to show up, but it has an etching of one of the scenes from the film.
Yep, I can
I
kind
don't
of
know if
see
that's
it.
showing up at all.
I can kind of see it. Yep, yep.
Okay. And
Hmm.
there's no music on that side.
Okay. And on this album, if you had to pick, do you have a favorite song? Couple songs on there?
My favorite songs on there would probably be Redeemer by Marilyn Manson, and then Systems by Chester Bennington from Linkin Park.
Okay. Yep.
Even though I'm
Cool.
not a huge Linkin Park fan, I really enjoy that song.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to listen to that album again. It's been a while. I remember having some good songs on there. Hmm. All right, cool. Well, Ryan, I really want to thank you for your time and being a part of this journey and showing off your top five.
I appreciate you having me on, man.
Oh yeah, man. So we'll probably talk on Facebook soon.
Okay, awesome.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too.
Thank you.